Alright, so I want to document some of what I've done as far as the holes that have been drilled and what form they've taken. So I've got the microscope out, and we can take a look at the first hole. You can see the truss rod down in there. Huh. It's always hard to... There it is. So it looks like there's some kind of packing or something that they put in the Heritage folks. And some tear out from scratching the bottom. So the tip of the drill hits the rod and doesn't really get, doesn't cut that stuff cleanly. So I've got a teeny tiny chisel that I have been using, but that looks serviceable. I think that might be enough. All right, let's check out the other one. Same thing here. Let's see. And there's the rod. And I'm looking to make sure that it looks like I've got access to both sides of the rod. So this one, let's see. Like, do I have access around the rod over there? I'm not quite sure I do. But this side I think is fine. It's hard to get the light down in there, and the exposure of the microscope is weird. But I'm going to use a small drill bit by hand, just twisting it by hand, and my chisel. It's a 3/16 chisel. Sorry, I got called off to perform other duties. So let's take a look. I took the drill, small 3mm drill, twisting it by hand, and tried to work either side of the rod. So let's switch over and take a look. So here's that first one again. Let's see, it's always disorienting using this. Yeah, see, it looks pretty good over there on that side. And then this side definitely looks okay. Plenty of room over there. Looks like the rod may have been installed off of perfect center. Hard to say, but I think that works for me. Let's see, flip this around, maybe that'll be easier. Yeah. It's also interesting, this like white material that is down in there that they seem to have packed the rod with. Not really doing its job. Let's see. I wish I could get more light down in there. The exposure. There we go. Yeah, it looks like I'm around it. Definitely around on that side. Maybe I'll work this side just a little bit more. Think of all the sides of all the rods. Yeah, I'm gonna work the same side in both holes. All right, stand by. All right, so I hit it with the drill a little bit. Let's take another look. I think, yeah, all right. Yeah, I think I can see around a little bit better. this side. And then on the other hole, looks like I still got a little bit to go. Yeah, see, that side's good. This side you can see where the tip of the drill was. So I'm going to hit that one again. Stand by. All right. So I think I'm good to go here as far as the holes. Now the next critical thing is going to be getting the heat right. So this hot plate does a great job of melting the wax and maintaining a relatively low temperature. You can see the light's not on. No, that's because it's not turned on, but here. So it's off, and it's like a thermostatic control situation. So heater comes on, and anyway, it does a fine job of controlling its temperature to where I want, around 200 to melt the wax. So the wax will be about 200. Previously, I was thinking I wanted the truss rod to be about the same above the melting point of the wax, but in second thought, the issue here is that the truss rod is about this long, and the heating element is way out here, and so it's going to take a lot of time for the heat to get in this area where I would like it to sort of reach. So to get this area to 200 is going to take a long time, and this thing gets crazy hot. And what I don't want is for this neck to warm up to the point that the adhesive or glue that glues the fingerboard to the neck softens. I don't want that to soften. So to address that, I've got a bunch of clamps. So I'm going to come from both sides and just really clamp the hell out of this. So just in case that that glue does soften, the fingerboard won't go anywhere. And I covered up my hole. Alright. I'm really not so worried about down here. Can't really get a clamp on that anyway. Yeah, this up top is going to be where it's hottest. Try to get those close to that. I might even do something like this. Just okay. So that's one problem. The tape will help too. Keep it in place if it does soften. The other thing is this guy is out of control. So I went and bought this to control it. And I'm going to use a kitchen thermometer to measure the truss rod temperature there. And so I can use this as a dimmer. This is a Leviton lamp dimmer. I was about to build my own version of this when I saw that one already exists.
Basically I'm using a dimmer on this heating element so that it does not get so wildly out of control hot. And then the goal will be to gradually bring the rod up to a nice modest temperature, like 150 would be enough, 160 would be good. Before I start trying to inject the wax. Alright, quick update. So I'm trying to sort of learn, correlate a dimmer position with a temperature on the element here. So kitchen thermometer is reading, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, upwards of maybe 100, 95, 96, so pushing 100 here. And then at the thread adapter, '96 or so, and then in this hole, not even over 90. See if we can stay above 80. No. 79, 78, 77. Oh. .78, 77, 76. It's hard to make good contact down there. Yeah, still dropping 75. 75 degrees, so this should be probably even cooler. Yeah, 74, but dropping 73. So that's interesting. The issue is exactly that I don't want this to get crazy hot, mess up the lacquer down here at the headstock. I don't know what weird stuff will happen. I have this foil here to shield, act as a heat shield. But yeah, I mean, we're at 101, 102 already. Obviously that's going to have to go up, but not really getting the propagation of this heat that I was hoping for. So I'm going to leave this. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. Anyway, let's give it some time and see how long it takes to start measuring some heat down in these areas. Alright, another update here on the temperature control situation. So this thing's been running for probably half an hour now, and we're at 130, 135, 140, 145, 150, 155, 160, 165, 170, 171. So pretty hot up here. And like I said, it's been probably half an hour. Wow, pushing 180, that's too much. So I don't have a ton of control with this lamp dimmer. It's not really, I'm not able to dial in a perfect temp. But 182, I mean, that's not too bad. It's hot enough to melt the wax. And that would be perfect if I could get it all the way down. But okay, we're at 182 there. Let's see what we measure here. 150, 140, 130, 120, 115, 105, 98.6, 95. I don't even think, yeah, we're not even breaking 90. 89, 88. So I think I might have to abandon this whole method here for heating the rod. 85. So we have a 100-degree gradient over just a couple inches, which, you know, I thought steel was a better thermal conductor than that. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's happening, but it is happening. That's a big surprise. So yeah, this might not be the way to go. All right, I'll check back in when I have another idea.